Welcome, this is Irene Woods. In Lesson 2 for the GK370 knitting machine, we are going to cast on with waste yarn and ravel cord, knit stripes and a folded hem, decrease with the transfer tool, and remove stitches onto a threaded yarn needle. The GK370 does not come with ravel cord. These are some things that work well. The green cone is number 5 pearl cotton. White ball is thick crochet thread. And the white cone is specialty separating thread that is sold by a few yarn companies. It is hard to find now, except online, so we won't be using it. For this sample, bring forward a group of needles using the flat side of the needle pusher. With the 1x1 side, return every other needle to position A, all the way back. Begin with the carriage on the left. Thread it with contrast color waste yarn. Knit 1 row. Hang the cast-on comb. Release the yarn from under the hooks at the end. Knit 1 row. Bring the alternate needles back to work position. Knit about an inch or 2.5 centimeters. I knitted 8 rows this time. Remove the yarn from the carriage and clip it. I'm going to use the green pearl cotton for ravel cord. Place a clip on the end of the yarn. I'm using a clothespin, but any clip that can grip the yarn will work. Thread the carriage. Knit 1 row. Check to be sure every stitch knitted. Remove the ravel cord. If you are knitting it for a ball or cone, clip it. Pull the long end and it will come out of the carriage. Change to the main color. Put a clip on the yarn end. And thread the carriage. Knit 16 rows. Remove the cast-on comb and the clips. Fold up the waste yarn. Slide the transfer tool under the first main color loop. Connect the eye of the transfer tool over the hook of the second needle from the edge. Pull the needle slightly forward while lifting the back of the transfer tool. This lets the stitch on the tool slide into the needle hook. Lift the transfer tool up and off the needle hook. Repeat across, picking up and hanging one loop from the ravel cord into the corresponding needle above it. When you reach the end, every needle should have 2 stitches on it. The ends must come out even. This is another way to hold the transfer tool. Sometimes one grip works better than the other. It helps to be comfortable using it both ways. The loops on the ravel cord near the end can be tight and a little harder to pick up. Remember, the ends must come out even. If they don't, check to be sure there are no skip stitches on the ravel cord side. Bring the working needles all the way forward. Turn the stitch dial 2 numbers higher. You should hear 4 clicks because there is a dot between numbers. Each number and each dot is a tension chain. Knit 1 row. Not shown. Return the stitch dial to the original number. Check that all needles knitted. Knit 1 row. Hang a weight on each edge. Knit 12 rows. We are now going to transfer every other stitch to its neighbor. Connect the transfer tool to the second needle. Pull it forward, then push back. The stitch on the needle will slide onto the transfer tool. Tilt the back of the tool down. Lift up and move over 1 needle. Connect the transfer tool to the needle hook. Lift the back of the transfer tool to let the stitch slide into this needle. Repeat across, transferring every other stitch to its neighbor. When you reach the end, every other needle has 2 stitches, and the alternate ones are empty. Bring these needles all the way forward. The empty needles are in position A, out of work. Knit 2 rows. Remove yarn from the carriage. Measure it about 2.5 times across the working needles and clip it. Thread the yarn tail into the yarn needle. Remove the weights. Insert the needle through the stitch. Lift it up and slightly toward the back to pop it off. Pull the needle all the way through. You can do this after every stitch if you prefer. Keep the empty needles pushed back for safety. They are sharp and can cut you. Pull the yarn all the way through. It must go through every stitch. If you miss a stitch, it will run. This is the hem. Remove the waste yarn and ravel cord. Undo the first ravel cord stitch. It frequently wraps around the main color stitch and needs to be picked free. Using the tip of a needle for this is often helpful. Loosen the first ravel cord stitch on the other edge also. Pull the ravel cord firmly. It will come completely out. The waste yarn should now pull away freely. This is a folded stockinette hem, sometimes called a tailored hem. Machine knitters use it often since it makes a neat finished edge. This is the end of Lesson 2 in the GK370 Beginner Series. Until next time, happy knitting.